Hi everyone, I'm Sam Panzer, the Director of Industry Strategy here at talon.one. We're the market's leading loyalty and promotion engine for enterprises. On March 28th at Shop Talk in Las Vegas, we held an event and a panel discussion with our partners Orium and mParticle about rewarding customers through economic headwinds to drive additional revenue. Here's a recording of our panel discussion. Hope it's helpful for you. Enjoy.
Here today to talk about loyalty and especially how you can use loyalty and rewards to recession-proof and navigate through a really challenging economic climate. So we've got a really great panel with folks from across the technology and strategy space and some really good brand experience here as well. So we'll start with a brief introduction from the panelists and a note on a loyalty program you're loving these days and why.
So hi everyone. Are we on? Hello. Okay. Hi everyone. My name is Phil Shelper. I'm the CEO of Loyalty and Reward Co. We design the world's best loyalty programs for the world's best brands. In the US, we've worked with McDonald's, Visa, Kaplan, and Procter and Gamble as well. I'm also the author of Loyalty Programs: A Complete Guide that everyone's got a copy of, either on the table or in your tote bag as well. A loyalty program that we're really excited about is one that we designed for one of our clients. They own 200 bars and pubs across Australia, and we designed them a loyalty and payments app. So members can download the app and register a credit or debit card. When they go to the bar or the pub, they can sit at the table and scan a QR code. It opens up the app with a menu. They can order food and drink to be delivered straight to the table, and they earn points, and they can redeem those points for vouchers, which they can then spend on their next transaction. They can also buy gift cards through it, and they can nominate their local sports club, so a percentage of what they spend goes to the club as a fundraiser as well. So it's pretty cool stuff. Nice to meet you all.
I'm Becky Parasato. I'm the Vice President of Digital Programs with Orium. Orium is a service integrator. We're based out of Toronto, Canada, and our space that we work in is mock and composable commerce. So we help you build your tech stack that is not a monolith. It is composed of best-in-breed solutions, and that is where we fall into the loyalty category with these fine folks. And we want to help customers have the best possible experience online, and that means using different technologies, not a one and done. My favorite loyalty program as an individual consumer is certainly Air Canada. That is a confounded bias issue because I fly 3 out of 4 weeks a month, but they make me feel really special. And so in their app, it's great, but it's table stakes. It's what happens outside their app that I love. It's the greeting me curbside, welcoming me by name, which they always butcher my last name. It's quite comical. Coming to me to serve me the first drink in business class. So the whole experience feels very all-encompassing. And I would like to create that experience for my customers online and offline.
I guess I don't get walk-up music, but I'll hang on to the share vibe. I'm Melanie Reed, Director of Partnerships at mParticle. mParticle is a consumer data platform, so we integrate data from your the various tech stack that you have, consolidate that data, and then allow you to activate it downstream. In terms of loyalty, on a personal note, I also have an affinity for Delta Airlines in my case. That's really ringing true right now. I flew yesterday from the Bay Area on Southwest because I wanted that direct flight instead of having to do a layover in Salt Lake City or LA. And you kind of don't realize how much you appreciate your airline of choice until you're in the back doing the cattle call thing. So I missed it. I love that data recognizes me. I get that in-flight drink, and the more legroom is always a bonus too. But thanks so much to everyone for coming, and we're excited to chat with you all today.
Great. So we'll get started talking about what we're seeing in the loyalty landscape today. One thing that we observe, or we've read, that 60% of loyalty operators are unhappy with the results of their program, and 80% are looking to revamp their program in some significant way. And I think what we see is that a lot of that's kind of due to a sea of sameness among brands and a lot of consistency in what brands are offering in their loyalty programs. So with consumers having additional pressures in this climate, we're going to discuss how retailers can differentiate using their loyalty program. So Phil, we'll start with you. So it'd be great to talk about how consumer behaviors and perceptions change in a down market or a tight economy, and how retailers should be working to navigate that.
Yeah, sure. So I think the ultimate driver of a loyalty program is value. So if you think about all the loyalty programs that you belong to, you joined because you perceived you were going to get value out of it, and you continued to engage because you perceive you are getting value out of it. If you think about the two frequent flyer program examples that were just mentioned. And particularly in a downturn, consumers are really looking for value and ways that they can save. One of the things that we're seeing at the moment is supermarket programs, as an example, are seeing a really big increase in member engagement. So they're getting big waves of new members coming through as consumers are looking for ways to reduce their grocery spend, but they're also getting a massive resurgence of lapsed customers re-engaging with the program as well. So if you've got a loyalty program, or if you're thinking about implementing one, what you should be obsessing about is where are you going to deliver more value to those members? Because if your members perceive that they are going to get really good value out of that engagement, it's a really great way to pick up market share. It's a great way to grow your share of wallet, and as they try to take advantage of that.
Phil? Melanie, I'd love to hear from you on the data side. So can you talk about how retailers can use customer data to break through that sea of sameness and differentiate and personalize their loyalty programs?
Absolutely. Differentiation, breaking through that sea of sameness is critical. Data is a gift, and as a loyal brand customer, when I'm engaging with your brand, no matter the channel, I'm giving you that data, and my expectation is that you're going to use that data and speak to me no matter where I am, no matter what platform, using that information in a way that really resonates with me. And that's hard to do when people are engaging with your brand through so many different ways. So by having a customer data platform that can organize and synthesize that data into the customer 360, that enables brands to really leverage that data and craft loyalty programs in a way that's going to resonate with them. So I'll tell you a tale of two grocery stores. I live in California, and a grocery store I frequent, I have their loyalty card, and I scan it whenever I buy groceries. I engage with their emails. Sometimes I use their app. I did a little online shopping during the pandemic. They know me. They know what I'm buying. But every time I open an email from them, I get, "Hey, Melanie, here's a special offer that's curated just for you." I don't know why, but 9 times out of 10, it's a honey-baked ham. Now, that is some people's jam. Personally, I've been a vegetarian since I was 16, so, a good 5 years. But I'm not buying a honey-baked ham, and I never have, nor have I bought any other meat products. So they're missing the boat on giving me a loyalty and a personalized offer that's going to resonate with me. Now let's contrast that to Giant Eagle, which is a talon.one and an imParticle customer. They're using imParticle to gather all of that data from the app, from the website, from point of sale, and consolidating it into that customer 360, and coupling that with talon.one's technology. They're using our joint solution to really give their most loyal members those deals that are going to resonate with them and increase their spend. And in fact, their most loyal members are spending more since launching this platform, and they're getting more points, and it's really helping to have that differentiated experience.
That's great, Melanie. Thank you. And I think grocery is a great place to learn, too, because consumers usually are shopping from several grocery stores in a given week, too, so to compete for that, it's really interesting. Becky, it'd be great to talk to you, too, about how brands can elevate their loyalty programs and kind of what you're seeing at Orium that brands, like, how should they approach improving their loyalty offering to their members?
Certainly. So we really focus in on the luxury retail space, and the best way that I see the loyalty program being improved is recreating that bespoke experience that customers have in store and repeating it online. So the continuity of that journey is where it falls off for a lot of brands, and I feel that that is one of the biggest areas of opportunity, is knowing who your customer is when they arrive, understanding why they shop with you and what makes them feel special in store, and then recreating that journey online. You'd be shocked the number of brands that have 2 solutions, one in store, one on the web, and they have no idea who you are when you arrive, and that's really lost revenue in a very simple tactic.
Yeah, it's interesting. We were just speaking with the Abercrombie folks too about how they can recognize their users when they walk in too, because it's so important to kind of recognize and to pick that up. But so often retailers are stuck picking that up at checkout when it's kind of too late to really make an impression with your guests during their visit. So let's continue talking about omnichannel, because I think that's a great topic. Consumers do expect, of course, a consistency across channels, and that can be really grating when that doesn't work. And brands also, can generate a really rich data set if they're able to bring those into conversation and have data about how consumers behave across different channels. So Melanie, kind of back to you on the data side. Can you talk about why it's important for brands to deliver consistent experiences across channels?
Absolutely. As I mentioned before, brands know you have all this data about them, and they want you to be using that in a way that resonates with you. That's hard, though. A lot of companies still have data that is extremely siloed. So brands might be collecting data from you from the website, from the app, from point of sale, all these different sources. And that data could live with one functional team. Some brands are still organizing data by product line or by business function. And how do you consolidate all of that data and get it unified so that you can give the customers the experiences that they come to expect from you? That's really where a CDP can help. We're piping in the data from all these various sources, unifying it, and then consolidating it so that you have the ability to speak to a customer in one voice. So one InParticle customer that's doing this really well is CKE Restaurants. They're the parent brand of Carl's Jr. and Hardee's. And Hardee's and Carl's Jr. were struggling because they had people that were going through the drive-through. They had people that were coming through the store. They were ordering with their app, or maybe they were ordering through a third-party app like a delivery service. And they wanted to have a unified loyalty platform, but how do you do that when you have all these different touch points and you're not sure who is who? So they used InParticle CDP to start bringing all that information together and getting that holistic view of the customer, which they could use to improve their loyalty program. They have a great program where they're having users unlock various tiers of loyalty and collect stars, and then they can get special offers. So again, like Giant Eagle, by being able to give them a preferred loyalty experience that really recognizes how and where they're engaging with their brand, they are rewarding their most loyal customers and getting even more value out of them.
Thank you, Melanie. Becky, I wanted to come back to you on the omnichannel space. I think that coming from your experience in luxury too, there's so much to learn too about how luxury retailers approach, and it's how I started my career was with luxury retail as well. So I'd love to hear kind of about best in class and omnichannel. What are some factors that help a brand stand out, or what are you seeing from your top customers on omnichannel?
Luxury retail, everybody goes into the store and they have their guy. They want to be fit by the same guy. They don't want to have to explain their origin story again every time they show up to buy a suit, as an example. And so having that data at the fingertips, allowing to pre-book an appointment, all that kind of legwork that helps you to operationalize your data then can flow into the loyalty and in-store experience. You'd be shocked how many times people have two profiles and they can't figure out how to just simply merge them together. So they show up in store, they've used their work email address in one area, their personal email address in another area, and so they have this immediate visceral reaction that you don't know who I am. I spend X number of thousands of dollars here with you a year. So really making sure that that customer feels known when you walk in starts with how you treat your technology, to Melanie's point, your data. So we see big brands, they buy massive pieces of tech every year, and then they solve 10% of their problem with these huge pieces of tech, and they go and they buy another one for another 10% with a different team. So having that conversation internally within your tech team, within your marketing team, and helping to understand how to build that workflow is really how you operationalize that customer's experience to make them feel important and special and known when they walk in the door, from allowing them to book that same guy. That's part of loyalty. That experience is how you're building that brand loyalty. They want to go home and tell that story, how they felt good, seen, known when they arrived there. It's not just about points in an account. It's the human touch point when you're interacting with people that really builds, and then connecting that data to allow for that seamless feeling when you arrive in the store to shop. And then what happens after you've left. There's nothing I hate more than people pushing me an ad for something I just bought when I was in the store. I just spent a few $100s. I go home and they serve me an ad for the thing I just bought. What a missed opportunity, right? So loyalty is understanding what your customers have shopped for, what they want to shop for, and really help to guide them forward in that journey in a very thoughtful, bespoke manner.
Yeah, great, thank you. Yeah, Phil, for you, I've loved what you were talking about with the pub chain and the QR code, loyalty app extension, and thinking about other things that you've seen in helping with the omni-channel approach. Can you talk about mistakes that you've seen brands make when they're starting that journey of bridging their digital and in-store loyalty experience?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we've got a number of clients at the moment who've stepped into that space of trying to execute a really good quality omni-channel personalization strategy, and it's been a failure. And so they've stepped back and have said, "Yeah, we don't want to go there again," which is a mistake, obviously, because McKinsey research has shown that post-pandemic, personalization of omni-channel experience is now an expectation from a lot of consumers, and consumers will actually switch brands if they don't feel that they're getting the experience that they deserve based on the amount of data that they're sharing with the brand. So if you are thinking about how to ensure that your company is set up to win over the next decade, you have to be looking at omni-channel, you have to be looking at ensuring that that experience is personalized. Loyalty programs is actually a really great way to do it. So I'll talk to you about a roadmap that you can use with a loyalty program in order to get there. So obviously, starting with a best practice loyalty program design is really important. We can help you with that. Getting that in place, that then enables you to start building out good quality data profiles, so making sure that the data is collected, that it's clean, well structured and accessible. You can then build out your best practice reporting and analytics capability and start to generate good quality insights. That will give you what you need to build out a segmented cohort-based lifecycle management strategy so that members are getting relevant and timely communications. And once that foundation is in place, that gives you everything you need to then start to build out your full omni-channel personalization strategy. And develops a nice, clean pathway to get there as well. And of course, having all of the right tech in place is really important as well.
Yeah, let's talk about that foundation and moving into the tech side too. So for Becky, can you talk about the technical foundations that customers should seek to establish when they're starting to explore an omnichannel experience?
It all starts with your data. So can you get your data out of all of the systems in which it is siloed, and then how do you treat that data and consolidate that data? A modern stack that has APIs that allows you to actually move your data around is the absolute foundation. It is not the glamorous work. So this is the hard part to help your customers understand the value. When we're talking to customers about a loyalty experience, about promos, about discounts, about the fun stuff, we help them imagine. And that's great, but to get to that end state, we really need to talk to them about the logistics of how can we access your data and move it out of these siloed systems into a universal pool and be able to build off of that and actually operationalize it. So we want to sell, can we text a customer? Can we send them personalized birthday messages? Yes, you can, but that is an end state that is a ways away, and you really need to focus on the foundational aspects of being responsible with your data and getting it out of systems that you might have had it in for 20 years.
Great. So I think with that, we might open the mic and see if anybody in the crowd has any questions they'd like to ask the panelists from the tech or strategy side of their loyalty offering. Is there anybody with a question that we'd like to ask or discuss in the group?
Yes. My question is, for each of you, what was your aha moment when it came to building a loyalty program or contributing to one? What did you find to be, I guess, the driver of that success? And also, what challenges do you look back on that you believe that you've, improved from with that delivery?
That's a meaty question. The aha moment for loyalty is when a C-suite decision maker on the customer side understands the importance and the opportunity, the financial opportunity, and building a conversation that's solely around ROI and helping them understand that. That's been me. I don't know if that's the answer you're looking for, but I'm a service integrator, so I help businesses understand why they should or should not buy certain pieces of technology and what it can do for them. And so building that ROI discussion and understanding that's really the way into the C-suite's heart when it comes to loyalty, especially in a downturned economy.
So for me, the aha moment came when I really got immersed in loyalty psychology. So I think most people get confused about what a loyalty program is. Our favourite definition is a desirable behaviour stimulation program. So if you map out the customer journey and you identify what is the behaviour you want the member to exhibit at each stage of that journey, that then gives you clarity in terms of how you should be designing the program. And providing the right incentives to stimulate and reinforce those behaviours. Chapter 5 and 6 of the book have, there's 2 chapters there of the psychology of loyalty programs. So there's plenty for you to dig in there and get an understanding of how it can be applied in different ways to drive that deeper engagement with your customers.
On the CDP side, really it has seen the success for our customers, so it's more their aha moment. They bought a CDP. We have all of these integrations available with API that are very turnkey. It makes it really easy to get the data flowing in and flowing out. And it is such a huge time saving for our clients. Their engineers are no longer wrangling with this data set and trying to output things that is going to be ancient data by the time it gets to their marketing team. It's real time, it's 360, it's continuous, and just getting that flow of data in and out can really be a game changer for the brands where we're supporting their loyalty programs as the heart of their tech stack.
Thank you all. I think we're probably about to melt if we take another question. So I think we'll end it there. But thank you so much for listening, and thanks to the panelists for sharing your perspectives today.